Wow, it is bright. We're on the deck. Is it better this way? But then I'm like en plein soleil and crazy sun. I mean, oh no, this is. Oh my, what are you saying? Are you saying anything? Okay, no, that is not happening. We're gonna do it this way. Okay, that's better. At least I can see a bit. The other way, I cannot see. In the middle of the day. So what was I thinking? What am I ever thinking? But like, I'm the most sporadic live creator at present, wherein I only go live when I have the energy or time. Right now I have a little bit of time and a little bit of energy, which is assisted by my decaf with a little bit of calf mixed in, custom K-Pod. Yeah, it would benefit me to go live on schedule regularly, wouldn't it? Hello, who's here? Oh, comment controls. Chat filter, top messages, all messages. Oh, I can turn it on so it's only fan funding. That's interesting. Hello, Adventure Griffin. It has been a long time. How are you? I remember you from years ago. So, how are you doing? Oh yeah, you. Didn't you have like some issues or something at some point? Oh yeah, that's what I thought. Well, my life was pretty rough in 2020, and then my recovery for like a year and a half, but now things are much better. Hello, Steppy. How are you, Steppy? We're chilling in the sun. I wanted to let you know I have channel memberships now turned on, so it's only $5 a month here, and you get now there's 15 private videos which are mostly keto recipes, and they're really funny, and they're things that I've invented, and it would help me out a lot because I have like 96,000 subscribers here. So even if just like a small percentage of you joined at $5 a month, it would just help me out so much, and you get content many times a month, and there's like a whole feed you have not seen. So people are like, you're not active. I'm like, yes I am if you pay $5. I mean, I have some free stuff here, obviously. I don't want to just do paid stuff, but feel free to ask me anything. It's been a while. So Steppy says, I'm not bad, just recovering from COVID. Oh God, no taste and smell for nearly 2 weeks, driving me mad. Yes, I had that. I lost my sense of taste and smell when I had COVID. Not this year, but the year before. And the years feel like they're going by fast now. Like since the pandemic, because life is back to normal, I feel like everything's sped up. And maybe it's also my recovery, because my whole sense of time was really borked when I was sick. It was sort of sped up, but an eternity at a certain point, and then it slowed down. But now we're back to like living. And so, you know, the more you live, the faster I feel like it goes. But yeah, so 2 years ago when I got COVID, I lost my sense of smell for like at least 3 weeks, and then it wasn't fully back to normal for months. And now we're back, but I feel like I might have gotten COVID again recently. Mr. Mystery, my partner, got COVID over Christmas. And so like I was re-exposed to it, so I think I got some antibodies, like a boost, and then I think I got it recently, and my smell was affected for a couple days, but now I'm fine again. But yeah, I know there's nothing more annoying than losing your smell, because then you can't taste food as well. You can't smell like the air around you to like alert you to danger, or like, I don't know, smells make you in good moods and bad moods. So like without that sense, life's a little bit dull or dulled or dampened, you know? You had it over Christmas again the fourth time. Yeah, you will get COVID many times, unfortunately. But every reinfection, one can probably anticipate that it will be less severe unless it mutates to be more severe. But as we know with virology, if something mutates to be more severe and fatal, then it dies out. But usually, yeah, or more severe with severe consequences. I don't know if more severe with severe consequences has a tendency to taper out faster. I know if it's fatal, it tapers out faster. Yeah, and it's never going to affect everyone the same way. So wait, what I was going to say is not necessarily valid, but I think, you know, the more exposure you get to different strains of COVID, the more your body adapts and has an adaptive immunity and an immune memory, and usually it's annoying, but you're fine, unless it's been very, you know, many years. Hi, Tevin. Who else is here? Say hello. As I was saying before, I have channel memberships for $5 a month on this channel. It would help me out immensely if even like 1% of you guys joined. There's all these keto and low carb and health videos that you have not seen. I release them several times a month. They're completely safe for work. They're experimental. I just made sugar-free hulls, like the cough candy jello. It's something I invented. I'm really excited about it. So you guys can join that. COVID's just a bummer, isn't it? I mean, it's what gave me neurological and multi-systemic dysfunction for 7 months, the worst 7-8 months of my entire fucking life. So I hate COVID, but I'm glad I'm back. Long ass recovery. This time it did put me in my arse for a few days. Okay, so it was more severe. So yeah, that sucks. Take your vitamin D with K2. Take vitamin C. Oh, trust me, get your smell back faster, or at least it battles the COVID virus in the ACE2 receptors. Eat half a whole lemon with the peel once a day for a whole week. Sounds crazy, but it will help. It will likely help. I can't say it's a cure. Also, black seed oil helps immensely. Nigella sativa. You can get it. Actually, I believe it's on my Davison Video shop on Amazon. So shop.com, Amazon. Shop.amazon.com/Davison Video. But if not, you can find it on your own. Yeah, like you can throw a lot. There's a lot of COVID protocols that will make you recover faster. Plus, interferon, raised levels of interferon will help you recover faster, and you can raise your levels of interferon by fasting. So try not eating for 2 days. Make sure you have your water with your sodium, magnesium, calcium electrolytes. Maybe if you were really worried, just take a little multivitamin, and you will probably recover faster if you fast while you're sick with COVID. If you don't want to buy supplements, and get out in the air. By the way, light therapy has been shown to cure COVID patients faster. I'm not the one who made that up. MedCram is a channel on YouTube. Dr. Roger, he has a whole series on how light therapy helps people with severe COVID recover faster. So back when people used to get sick, by the way, with tuberculosis, one of the ways that they would treat them would be to put them in a solarium, which is where you get sun, in hospitals. And we stopped doing that. Red light helps out immensely. UV light, NIR on the light spectrum penetrates deep into our tissues. It stimulates osteoblast. It stimulates the immune system. So get out in the sun. And don't eat. Lay on the beach is what I'm telling you if you don't want to buy supplements. Okay, bye, Adventure. Hi, Antera. How are you? How's the light? How's the sound? Phototherapy. I'm engaging in some phototherapy right now. Some social media therapy. Socialization therapy. I can barely see myself, by the way. The light is so bright. And Tara, do you remember where I'm from? I have absolutely no idea. I remember Tevin. I remember Griffin. I remember, of course, Steppy, who was one of my mods. I don't remember you at all. I can't see your picture either. It's so bright out. And hi to the 10 people who are here. Feel free to tip me. Any tips appreciated. I can show you after what I made on another platform. My Twitter, by the way, is Davison Video if you want to go follow it and see. But you're from France. J'en ai aucune idée de qui tu es. Aucune idée. My day's great. I worked all day. I made some videos for other platforms. I made these light up jars, or I was calling them jugs, that have LED lights in them, and they light up when you shake them. They're filled with glitter and sparkles and little charms, and really cute, fun thing. I have them in there. I can show you guys after in the dark how they turned out. And I've been very productive today, so that's good. Oh, I only have one like. Oh my god. Thank you, Tevin. Hi, Ingvi. Did you just see the live that I posted? The other live? No, I'm out in the sun. I'm working my buttocks off today. Chicken McNugget. Chicken nugget. What does that mean? Tevin, I haven't been in years. I haven't been in 3 years. Hi, Shay. Thank you for joining my channel membership, Shay. How are you enjoying my experimental creations? I just released sugar-free Hall's Cough Candy Jello. I turned hard candy into Jello. I'm so proud of that theory that I had that worked out. Hello, G Prime. Oh my God, you guys, it's like all the old crew from so long ago. We were just talking about COVID recovery strategies. Do the Sharon Stone leg cross. You gotta pay me for that. And I will be turning my back to the camera because I don't need to lose my channel today, thanks. You don't tip me, I only do things for tips. And on YouTube, there's a limited number of things I can do. You can do a jumping jack. I'm gonna be putting the rear in Reardon if tipped for that request. Better cough up some cash. I am a smart person. Yes, you are, Tevin. Does anybody have any health questions? Anybody have any bird questions? The bird apparently does. I am giving off Sharon Stone vibes, aren't I? The older that I get, I see it. Will you be quiet, you squawky bird? I need your questions, people. I don't know what else to tell you that's new, other than I channel memberships here for $5, which is nothing, which I hope at least 1% of you join. I was working on my craft jars today. I am well. I'm going to be moving somewhere different soon. What else? So I'm still doing the health content and my other content. That bird, I think that's a blue jay. I'm pretty sure that yapper is a blue jay. Let's see if we can find. Yeah, you're loud. Where are you? See if I can find him. He's so loud. Do you hear him? I cannot disclose my location, Steppy. But yeah, I'm glad I'm not living in Montreal. Montreal anymore. Screamer? Squawker? Oh, is that where he is? Damn it, it would be so nice if I could find him and show him to you, because there's definitely lots of Blue Jays and Cardinals that live around here. The city has advantages like better restaurants, let's be real, but you can't replace the peacefulness of nature and how healing it is. And it's just having less background noise from traffic is so calming and soothing. Forest bathing is just so healthy and restorative, right? The city, like, yeah, there's better food, more access to services. Say I want to go to a plastic surgeon, the city's definitely where it's at. Or, you know, I want to go to a specialist, definitely more specialists. But nature, rural areas, just chiller speed of life, chiller living. I want to live in a little seaside town called Ely, Eli, or Eli. Google it. That sounds beautiful. That's where you should be right now to recover from COVID, Steppy. I'm very happy that all of you guys are here many, many years later. Oh, there he is. It is a blue jay. I was right. There's the stink. You want to see a stink? Okay, let's go. Thank you. Don't move, stink. He's there. Where are you? Stronger. Oh, there he is. In the tree. Look. Is that him? I think that's him. You see him? Can I put you down? Hold on. Yeah, wow, I know the call of a blue jay. I'm so proud of myself. There he is. There must be a nest or something in there. Oh, and is there a cardinal too? Look at those, are they intermingling? Some interspecies breeding? Huh, cool. Ah, oh my God, I just stepped on a splinter. Do not walk on the wood deck with bare feet. Oh, did I just get another channel member? Thank you for joining. Yeah, I like wildlife. I haven't lost my sense of humor about any wildlife. That's a really nice bird on your chair. Called up. I'm just noticing something. I think I hurt my toe and it got colder. The sun is disappearing. I would like to, I couldn't afford to the houses there about 3 times the price here is already mad here. Is it? Oh God, it's mad everywhere. Real estate, everyone just went insane about real estate everywhere. An angry dog now. That means the lady's outside. We don't want to hear the lady. Veritanuda, did you just join today? Or you, did I mix up Shay and you? Who, because I thought Shay was a member. But maybe you're a member. Or maybe Shay was a member of my other channel. And John's not here, but John's a member of, because I have patreon.com/Davison, Davison, and that's also $5 a month. And I have the $5 a month medical and keto exclusive videos here. I know John, who used to be a member elsewhere, he joined on Patreon instead of here, but anyhow, no, been following you for a while. Okay, because you've got a star, so, oh, so you just joined? Because why do you have a star? You have a star if you're a channel member, right? I know you've been following me for a while. I remember your name for years and years, like 6, 7, 8, 9 years. But I usually the star means you're a member. I think they changed things around here. So, hi to the 15 people who are here. Hope you're having a great day. We're outside in nature. We're doing some forest bathing. I'm having a very productive day. I feel like now is the light better? No, the light's not better there. It's harsh a little bit. Hi. You have made bank, it seems. Well, have any of us made bank at this point? Because everything's getting so expensive. I don't know if you saw that video, but a guy reordered or tried to reorder from his Walmart orders from 3 years ago, or 2 years ago, 2022. When he hit repurchase, the original order was $117. The current order is $427. I know they try to tell us that inflation's 2-3%, maybe 8%, but as someone else pointed out, the politicians are fronting because they don't want people, I don't know, rioting in the streets, because inflation on many items is at least 100%, if not 2, 3, or 400%. Housing is definitely almost 100%, which is just unprecedented. It's like everybody got greedy and nobody has any means of stopping it. I mean, they're like the laws of supply and demand, but I think also too, a lot of people are just pushovers. So if realtors push people in the market and there's this hype and there's this desire to buy up housing and they set the precedent, people don't protest. They just go with it and they're like, oh, well, I guess it's just a little more expensive. I'm not going to complain. There's nothing I can do. But if everyone stopped buying certain things or started pushing back against the realtors or advocating for no more rental protection laws or purchase protection laws, like only domestic people can purchase real estate in specific countries, if it's residential, then maybe things would change. But I know also we've been printing money in the US and Canada. The pandemic affected things, crypto affected things, more money's going into the system. But I just feel like people just lay down and take it, and that's part of the reason why things are getting so expensive. That being said, it's also because corporations seek infinite profit over time because of the stock market, and they're beholden to infinite profit to impress shareholders or their stakeholders, and so that drives up prices just over time, and it's just been insane lately. And am I as rich if I've ever been rich? Am I as wealthy? No. And are people spending less money on my content? Actually, absolutely, because everyone's fucking tapped. Everyone's tapped. So I don't feel like I'm not like I was in 2020 where it's like I had all this disposable income. I would order, DoorDash was cheaper, Uber Eats was cheaper. I could just go out to dinner, although I couldn't go out to dinner because I didn't get vaccinated. So I was prohibited, but like before that I could go out to dinner and it didn't matter. It was like $25 for me. Now it would be $50 for me to eat out alone. It's not sustainable. It's not, I am not rich. I'm afraid of my future. I don't have enough to retire on. Who does? Old people, maybe boomers, some people who are smart. I mean, I've been amping up as ramping up to, as I've recovered my content production on both fronts, the Save for Work and what else, right? Strictly because I have to pull as much money as I can while make hay while the sun is shining. Because I think we'll need $10 million to retire, to be perfectly honest. It's terrifying, and I feel for people. And if and people who can't afford their rent, they can't move, so they're stuck. Because if they were to move into the new market, their $1,000 a month place is $2,000, $2,500 where I live, $2,500 for a piece of shit fucking apartment. Are you fucking kidding me? Fuck y'all. Fuck you realtors. Literally, fuck you realtors and fuck you landlords. I get it, maybe your mortgage went up, so you have to charge a little more, but you're fucking everyone just wants to use each other and profit. Every man for himself, isn't it? A little bit? Middle class is shrinking and disappearing. Thank you, Juiced Up. Thank you, Verita. Unfortunately, in the UK, we have housing shortage. Well, they claim there's a housing shortage everywhere. I forgot too, the corporations bought up housing and conglomerates bought up housing to turn them into rental properties for either Airbnb or for just for regular rental units. So it's not individuals owning anymore, which drive up prices. And there's not a lot of properties. I think most places in most metropolises being built. Oh gosh. Oh my God. I'm giving a show for free. John, you're being fined $20 and I'm doing this. I rent out my one bedroom flat for 1,200 a month, 1,200 euros, pounds a month. Wow, that's $2,000 a month. Is that London? Uh, 100K. I wish units were 100K a year. There are some that I've seen that are like 300, 350, but then the condo fees are like 500 a month. And with the interest rates being what they are, it's really hard to be able to get approved for a mortgage. And they made the lending criteria, they made the lending prerequisites really strict in Canada, which is silly. So you're allowed to pay $2,500 a month in rent, but they won't approve you for a $2,500 rent, $2,500 a month mortgage in Canada, which is also retarded. Even if you have a high credit score, they just like place so much emphasis on your salary, but your job can be terminated at any time. The way AI is taking us. But then if they approve more people for mortgages, we know the way that it would go. Everything would just get more expensive. It's all to hell in a handbasket. I've never felt more disappointed and pessimistic about the state of the world economy and the economy in general. Like, I feel like we had a golden era of prosperity in like 2015 through 2020. I was sick during the pandemic, so I didn't feel as much prosperity per se, though I know a lot of people got richer then. Maybe even up to 2021, but now it's just like everything's tough. Scary out there, man. And we're all echoing the same sentiment. London callings the faraway towns, now war is declared and the battle comes down. Next. Anybody gonna join my channel memberships? There's gotta be a button, $5. It supports me even if you don't like the videos. I'll take requests to make weird things. This message has been held for review. Oh God, that must be awful. Okay, well, the world got effed or fucked when 2000 hit. Okay, well that, not entirely. It got better. I feel like it got a lot better. It was worse, and then it got a lot better in the 2010s. Blame Biden and his headlong insurance to de-dollarize. Everything started changing then. Yeah, it did, but like, it really started changing during the pandemic. And then we got out of that only to be in this financial mess. We were in like a social control mess and a health crisis, and now we got this shit. Oh, what the hell is that? Oh, it's a bird digging. Oh, that's cute. Hi, Robin. Do you guys want nature cams? Hi there. Oh, munch munch, crunch crunch. That's free. You're still a sovereign citizen. You're not affected by the world economy. It smells so nice out here. Relaxing. I don't wear sunscreen much unless I'm going to be really out in the sun all day. I just I know you might get photo aging though on your face. There are treatments for that, like microneedling or laser resurfacing and whatnot. I just think it's healthier to sunbathe in moderation than to slather chemical sunscreen or mineral sunscreen on myself. Mineral sunscreen being healthier for you than chemical. DNA had it right. Dolphins have the right. Any other questions? I think we're going to go for a walk soon. How do you guys take your coffee? I take mine black. Low carb lifestyle. Do I feel like I might have had a little bit extra carbs today? Because I got this new carbonate bread, which is amazing, but it has like 4 grams net carb, but I had 4 slices. And I had a can of chili tuna that had 8 grams of carbs, and some chocolate that had 5 grams of carbs. So I'm like, and some other things. So we're questionably keto right now, but a walk should cure that, fix that. Let's do some aerobic exercise. Where are my tips? If you're a good tip, I should be wearing shoes because of those wiki feet people. Excuse me, I want to walk on the nice deck. I'm not technically grounding. Grounding is also another thing you can do. I think I made a video about that where you put your feet on the ground and it changes the ions, is it, in your body? Because we're electrical creatures. I don't want to say it's electromagnetic. I don't remember the alleged science behind it of grounding, but I do know it's about the electrical charge reversing and flowing into the earth, or releasing your body's electrical charge or something. I don't know. Chocolate is always good for you. Yes, it is, provided it's high cocoa content, doesn't contain lead or other heavy metals, which some chocolate unfortunately does, and the darker the chocolate, the better it is for you. I have 90% Lindt chocolate or above, though I know that it might have tested poorly in some tests for heavy metals. Probably organic is better, provided it's been tested for heavy metals. Though there's, a toxicity exposure, right? There's a certain level of substances that we can metabolize relatively safely, though equally things can bioaccumulate over time. It's long-term exposure to a toxin that sometimes does us in. So if you can mitigate that with tested cocoa, all the better for you. Yeah, I have chocolate almost daily. It's also high in magnesium. They also say it might inhibit mTOR, so it actually might slow down your rate of aging. It makes you feel happy because there's caffeine and theobromine in it. Yeah, low sugar. That's the way to go. The jury's still out on certain, sugar replacements, whether or not they're good or bad for you. I think if you can stomach having minimal sugar replacements, it's probably better for you. Just like if there's, only 2 to 5 grams of natural sugars in your chocolate, it's probably okay as well. And the higher the percentage of cocoa, especially in the Lindt bars, the lower the sugar content and the higher the fiber, and fiber always mitigates the carbohydrate load of any food that you eat. Too much of anything is bad for you. That is true. We evolved as omnivores, so a little bit of everything is best. I agree, except for refined sugar. It is just not that good for you. And the more carbohydrates you have, the less of fat you should have, and the more fat you have, the less of carbohydrates you should have. And protein is probably best kept in a perfect middle range, because the more protein you have, your body actually does, especially in the absence of carbohydrates, convert it to glucose. But the older you get, generally they're theorizing the more protein you need to take or intake. The higher your protein intake needs to be. Sorry, I feel like I'm misspeaking. Melly, I'm not answering that. I don't answer weird shit or do weird shit without you tipping me. can't answer that. I feel like less people go live on YouTube than they used to. Because there's so many other platforms now where you can go live. I'm on the seafood diet. I seafood and I eat it. Glucose is never necessarily bad for you, especially given your brain absorbs like 70% of it. Yes, but glucose metabolism in the brain is impaired during, they now have theorized both mental illness or neurologic dysfunction or dementia. And the older you get, the better your brain runs on ketones. So there's actually a very minimal amount of glucose that the brain needs to survive, and it functions actually more efficiently on ketones. That's why you get this like high when you're in ketosis or on a very low carb diet. So there's some essential glucose that our body needs, but it can manufacture it from protein. Everyone should read John Goodkin. I will take note of that. What I'm doing is not netting me more channel members, $5 a month, or tips, 0, which we're currently at 0. Good thing I'm older. What the hell is this button? At least 1 minute of video is needed to start a highlight. What? There has been a minute of video. Is it throttling me? Okay, whatever. Okay, wait. Okay, never mind. I'm playing with a button. It's been a minute. Stink. Weird. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with that. Any other questions? Ketosis, doing the keto diet makes your brain produce an analog to the party drug GHB, which is called BHB, which is why you feel higher energy and it elevates your mood. And do research into a channel called Metabolic Mind and another channel called Living Well with Schizophrenia. You can treat mental illness, which is essentially neurologic dysfunction, a lot of the times with a ketogenic diet, a medical ketogenic diet. So very strict, very low in carbs, very high in fat. Over a series of months and years, people have drastically reduced or gone off their medication. It also is very good for people who suffer from like dementia and whatnot. So if you have problems with mental illness, look into severely restricting carbs in your life and it will help you. Or if you've had a neurological injury, or if you're suffering from dementia or cognitive decline or cognitive brain fog or recovering from COVID even. Thank you, this has been my speech. Tipping gains you more repeat performances. It gains you the satisfaction knowing you took me out for coffee. Fat isn't strictly stored carbohydrates. Fat is stored energy because it can be produced from an excess of protein or an excess of carbohydrates or an excess of fat. So it's just stored energy, I think, is more accurately a description of body fat. Hi, Adwati. Adwiti. You know what's funny is that the channel demographics of my short videos on this channel are mostly female, but when I go live, the demographics are almost all male, which I love you guys for it. Okay. Oh, hi, Anna. Anna, I remember you too. You and I hung out when I had a beer, like years ago, right? Like on this channel. I remember I went out for a beer or like cider, and we were discussing the whole Ian thing, and you were here, I'm pretty sure. I haven't the faintest, Wolf. I'm clueless. Brain empty. No thoughts. I like when repeat viewers show up because then I get to know your names. And right now it's always that like the maximum number of people I usually have is like 100, so I can get to know everyone. When you get above 100, 200, the chat can move so fast. You're like, who is everybody? Oh, nice. I'm glad, Shay. Oh yeah, the prize. I remember that. Oh yeah, I forgot to talk about diabetes. You're right, John. Did you know that now the keto diet was first used as a daily diet for type 1 diabetes, but also included a shot of alcohol every day to prevent ketoacidosis? That is amazing. No, I did not know that. I'm going to tell that to Mr. Mystery. Today I learned. Because you don't get ketoacidosis typically if you go into ketosis if you're not a diabetic taking insulin or a diabetic not taking insulin. Uh, but you can actually put yourself, I heard, into ketoacidosis if you, which is where the blood level of ketones is too high, which can damage your kidneys, and I believe you can die from it. If you have exogenous ketones, so that's those ketone drinks, and you fast and you're in ketosis, you bump your levels way too high. You don't want to do that. Do not mix exogenous ketones and prolonged fasting. Bad idea. And do not mix too many ketones if you're off insulin and you're diabetic. Though you go into ketoacidosis if you stop insulin and you're type 1 diabetic. And I don't know if you stop insulin and you're a type 2 diabetic, if you can go into ketoacidosis, but probably the risk is there. And it would be interesting, like I have to look up the relationship between rhabdomyolysis and ketoacidosis. Rhabdo is when you work out too much and your muscle fibers break down too quickly, which stresses your kidneys, and you can also die from it and your body starts to swell. There probably is some sort of rhabdo ketoacidosis link, but they're two distinct conditions. Anyhow, I'm going to look that up because that made me think of that. Did you go to medical school? No, I study medicine. So how I go to sleep at night is I watch medical lectures, and I was a cadet for St. John's Ambulance. So I was trained in first aid. Had I not become this, I would have become a doctor, and I have toyed with the idea of going back to school in neurology. I've also been studying anti-aging stuff for years and applying it to myself. I should do a series like Brian Johnson is. Obviously, I don't have the $2 million budget Brian Johnson does. But yeah, I'm very, very medically literate, and I find it calming and soothing. Like some people are physics nerds or math nerds. I am literally a human physiology medical nerd. And that's partially why I have the strong opinions I have about the treatments that were presented during the pandemic. And I know how to, I've researched how to treat a variety of conditions, and I think it also benefited me recovering from my neurologic and drug-induced injuries. Thank you, Denny. Yes, the anti-aging stuff works. It slows down your rate of aging, and they've proven in so much as they can prove that you can actually reverse some aging damage you've done to yourself. If you're in your 30s, for instance, you can actually reduce or reverse your gray hair, your hair from graying, increase your copper, and improve your diet, and stop drinking alcohol and doing recreational negative substances. And yeah, it's not permanent necessarily when your hair turns white. Also, doing keto might reverse the whitening of your hair. They measure telomeres, which are the caps at the ends of our chromosomes. And as we age, they've noticed there's a correlation to them shortening, though there is some flux month to month and during illness. But you can actually lengthen your telomeres by adopting a healthy lifestyle, which is less calories, more movement, better relationships, spirituality, better food, better air. Eat less, move more, be happy, enjoy your life, quit your shitty job, quit your shitty relationships or work on them, because quitting is not always the best thing. And there are substances you can take in treatment courses that can benefit you. I know I could talk about it for days, and I've done some videos about that here if you look at my shorts videos, but I haven't done as many as I should. And I did start a channel called Regenerative Anti-Aging, but I haven't updated it a lot. My belly wants to burst. What belly? Bitch, what belly? What are you fucking talking about? Oh, you mean, because oh, by the way, it's right before my period, so this is called my uterus. Bitch, what are you talking about? Bye, Shay. Take care. See you. I dragged what in? Like, do you not know how? Oh no. I also had a child. Maybe I have some extra skin here. I'm so fat. Look how fat I am. Hi, Pumpkin! Pumpkin! Hi, Ron. I am marvel at this because, like, people's standards online are always so much higher than they are in real life. In real life, everyone's walking around like, but then online they're like, you have half an inch of fat. You are a little bit thick. Or they're like, online, you're 2, you're 4. Real life, they're like, that's an attractive person. Sydney Sweeney's a fucking ugly bitch. Margot Robbie's hideous. She looks like this. And then meanwhile, in real life, they're like, yeah, John, your keto or your low carb mostly diet helps you. It's also genetics. I also have a theory that, barring a genetic predisposition, the more white or gray your hair, the faster your speed of aging, and or it's an indicator of potential cardiovascular disease. I don't know. It's not 100%. Like, my father went white really young. I got my mother's genes, I guess, because I only have like a little bit of white here. Though when I was sick with COVID, I all of a sudden went white, and some of it is actually reversed. But like, yeah, my father didn't get heart disease until his like late 70s, although it starts earlier. And he got white hair young, so maybe my theory's a little off. But any external signs of aging, they're usually an indicator that your body's not as healthy as it could be, or you need to heal yourself by altering your lifestyle as much as you can. Though some people just have bad luck and they get sick because they randomly get cancer, or they have genetic predispositions to illness. But put lifestyle on your side and sometimes take the right supplements, and you can slow your rate of aging. You can reverse a little bit your aging. And I think that's what we should all aim for. The thing is, I think most people don't want to do these anti-aging strategies because it's kind of boring sometimes having that discipline, because you're doing short-term pain sometimes, or restriction for longer-term gain. But I feel like it's worth it as long as you every once in a while let loose. Yes, cavities and teeth can heal, 100%. Stop eating carbs. Chew on xylitol. Use hexaapatite toothpaste. Look it up. It's the type of toothpaste It's the type of toothpaste they use in Japan. I believe it's called apatite. It definitely ends in apatite. Well, Tevin says stay away from weed. I don't know if he means for aging, but for your teeth, stop sipping on diet soda all day that can demineralize your teeth. Eat some cheddar cheese after you've brushed your teeth because it exposes your teeth to vital micronutrients or minerals more accurately, like calcium and vitamin K2. I reversed some cavities. I actually had I should get my dental records to prove it. There was a cavity here that was threatening for years. I started chewing on xylitol mints and I went low carb. Gone. Past a certain point, it's less likely to heal, but yep, your teeth can heal. They're bones. They're alive. And also, dental health is correlated with cardiovascular disease or poor aging. If so, the worse your teeth, the harder it's the harder the hit on your body, the more it's affecting your total global health negatively. Yeah, exactly, pumpkin. So don't drill little cavities right away. Hold out and treat them. You just have to have the discipline to resist delicious rice, delicious carbs, etc. Discipline's hard, right? It's necessary for everything, but it's balanced. You don't want to just be all work, no play. Makes Jack a dull boy. Yes, I've heard of edibles. I avoid marijuana given that I am recovering from a neurologic condition, so I avoid most recreational substances. I have alcohol at, very minimal amounts of alcohol. Sometimes I have nicotine, very minimally. It's definitely better consumed in a lozenge. Vaping is not good for you. Cigarettes are not good for you. But one cigarette here and there probably does damage you, but your body probably can recover from it. But this is my opinion. But by like one cigarette here or there, I mean one every 2 months. One cigarette. Yeah, fluoride is neurotoxic, especially at higher doses, but it does remineralize teeth. But also, like I said, xylitol is superior for that. But even xylitol, you can have too much of it, right? The dose makes the poison. I am fun even without drinks. That is correct. Is wine good for you? No alcohol is good for you. No amount of alcohol is good for you, though there's something called the hormetic effect. So you look up hormesis, Hormesis, and a dose of a substance within a certain range will challenge your system enough that it activates compensatory mechanisms within your body which induce healing. So the threshold for alcohol though is very, very small. We're talking like 3 ounces of wine once a week might have beneficial effects for your body. Relaxes you. There are some what's the word I'm looking for? Phytonutrients and the word I'm looking for. Anthocyanins are. Anthocyanins are the blue compound in blueberries, and there's resveratrol in wine. And quercetin is, why am I not remembering the name of that class of polyphenols? Yeah, there's polyphenols. Yeah, using wine in cooking is fine because then you're eliminating the alcohol content. And by the way, your body metabolizes alcohol first. Alcohol before carbohydrates, before fat, before protein. So when you consume alcohol, you shut off the metabolism of these other things. But again, like any substance, like John said before, alcohol can be used therapeutically. It can be used if you're having certain withdrawals or involuntary movements from certain psychiatric drugs. It could be used, like I said, to have a hormetic effect, for cardiovascular benefits. It can be drank for its, phytonutrients and polyphenols. But on the whole, the studies have revealed that no amount of alcohol is safe or good for you. Like, you're better off not drinking most of the time. Does that make sense? I'm still not convinced that I came up with that I remember the right word for it. What anthocyanins and quercetin are. I know they're phytonutrients, but anyhow, it's gonna bug me. I'll look it up after. Okay, guys, I'm gonna bounce soon. Thank you so much for joining me. It's been a blast. I'm gonna go exercise. Join my channel memberships here for $5 a month. Do you think, oh, it's okay. One more question and then I'll go. Do you think establishments that create standards know they are strictly harming people with hygienic products, cosmetics, and processed foods? Yes. Yes, I think multinational corporations know that their products likely cause harm, especially over time, but they simply do not care. They follow, that's why we need to regulate industry governmentally, and they do, I think, from what I've heard, a better job of that in Europe, because companies want to generate profit above all else, above human health. I mean, there are ethical companies for sure, but yeah, or we just don't know. Sometimes we start out thinking that a substance is innocuous and healthy and harmless, and then the data reveals over time, oh shit, we should not have maybe put micro beads of plastic in our toothpaste or body wash. Maybe plastic entirely is a bad idea. Definitely thalidomide was. That's the one, that's the anti-nauseant that caused birth defects in pregnant women. This is not flattering lighting. Or I think most people minimize the damages. They're like, oh, it's just a little bit of damage, or it was genetic, or nothing's perfect, so that's why they release the products that they do. They rationalize the human harms that may be caused, and that's sad, you know? But most people are just trying to get by, and they don't have the luxury sometimes of being an activist. I think to be a true activist sometimes has to come from a place of extreme privilege, if it's not out of desperation. That's why if you have a platform, maybe you should be focused more on doing good and making change and, you know, contributing to charity. How old do you think I am? Right now with the lighting, I feel like I'm looking older and older. I'm 24. Yeah, right. I wish. I feel like I'm 32. That's how old I feel like I am. I used to feel 28. Now I feel 32. Hi, Redacted. Nice to see you. No. No. No, honey. I am 25 plus 21. 25 plus 21. You asked me if anti-aging shit works, but I already looked younger when I was 30. I literally looked like I was 20. So I've always looked about 10 years younger than I am. So far. Menopause. We'll see what menopause does to me, but I'm trying to delay that too. I still get ID'd sometimes. And I'm like, oh, that's very generous of you. Yeah, it's the 21st anniversary of my 25th. Good one. I am. My first name on YouTube, only the OGs know this. Maybe John knows this. I used to call myself Daisy Dukes, your favorite MILF. This was in 2010. This was 14 years ago. And I do have a child, and one. He's now 24. Hi, John. Been a long time. Nice to see you. Okay, I gotta go. I love you all. Take care of yourselves. Leave me more comments. Please join my channel memberships for $5 a month. Just think about it. No obligation, but it'd be lovely if 1% of you joined. And I am not AI CGI that I know of. I'm pretty sure we're not living in a simulation. Could you make some sort of philosophical argument that everything is simulated? Are we just atoms floating around in the universe? I don't know. I prefer to live practically. Anything that takes me away from being grounded in reality makes me, quite frankly, feel insane. And I prefer feeling sane. And living under the illusion that there is such a thing as material reality and a linear passage. I mean, it's okay if time's circular, but like, I don't want to think that it's what's going on here is being manipulated or orchestrated by someone else. Well, I'm kind of spiritual. I like to think that I have self-autonomy and free will and control. I want to believe that things are just real, you know what I'm saying? I'm a based millennial who wants base reality to just be explainable and reality and not a simulation. Thank you. Yeah, anything that trips me out, I don't like it. I don't like anything that makes me question reality too much. I get like mentally disturbed. That's why I can't also watch horror films. That's also why I don't like getting like drunk or wasted, because I feel like I'm out of control of my perception of reality, which I hate. I'm like a stimulant girl. Let's get faster and more aware. Let's do keto, not let's fuck ourselves up and feel out of control. And my worst idea of horror is lacking insight. When I was sick, it was horrific. Although I never lacked insight, that I was very impaired, and it leads me to conclude that thankfully insight is in a different area of our brain, and there's redundancies neurologically in terms of awareness for the most part, provided we're not too compromised. Just like you know you're drunk usually, though you do things sometimes uncharacteristically if you're too drunk. But like, yeah, my idea of something horrible is hallucinating. Yeah, I never lost full insight when I was ill. I knew I was fucked beyond repair. Or, well, at the time it felt like it was beyond repair, and then I healed. Yeah, I'm Canadian. Yeah, our awareness, it's so interesting, consciousness, how different areas of our brain, thankfully, are, like I said, there's redundancies, there's multiple copies of certain things, certain functions, and things function separately from one another. So if one part is impaired, another part is not necessarily impaired and can still function. Because if we were just one consciousness and one operation, then we'd be much more vulnerable to cognitive disruptions. Like when we're poisoned or drunk, which is effectively being poisoned, or high or too sick or whatever. I hope I'm making sense. Okay, I love you guys. I gotta go. See you later. Love and luck.